Welcome to NFA's second ever AMA hosted on Telegram. It's nice to bring the community to light. The date today is the 23rd of March, 2023. I just want to thank everyone for attending. NFA is the first decentralized hedge fund. I'm sure you all know what NFA is about now. Without doubt, one of the biggest market interrupters, disruptors and future growth projects, which I always said that we will see in this space. And of course, I'm super excited to be part of it and to represent you, the community, and to share the updates, of course, with the community. So today we obviously are going to be joined by Bomber, who I don't even need to introduce now. I'm sure everybody knows who he is by now. During the course of the AMA, we're going to try and keep it to, half an hour. We'll be discussing some of the progress, of course, that the team are making, some of the progress, of Athena, of Alpha, Beta, Gamma, those kinds of things. And we'll be addressing a few questions in response to some of the recent tweet or Discord and some of the DMs I got in relation to the post we did earlier. So I just want to thank everyone for your responses. It's been quite good. So I've picked some good ones. Hopefully they are the ones that we want to hear. So a little bit to cover. Again, a half an hour or so. So it should go a little bit either way, but we can get it all done. So we'll post this recording on our VC and our Telegram and our Twitter, so everyone can listen to it. Of course, Discord as well. So, Bumba, again, mate, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me. Thanks for being here. How are you doing?
Yeah, good, man. I'm still stuck in Spain and soon to be leaving, finally, going to Portugal next. So
nice. Love Portugal.
Yeah, man, I can't wait. Yeah. The Algarve Coast is one of my favorite places. We're only about 3 hours or so from there now. So nice. Pack up nice and early in the morning and we'll be there.
Yeah, we spent about almost a month in Portugal in the fall. That was great. We did Lisbon and what's the other one? Up north, not Sintra, above Sintra. Porto. We didn't get down to the coast though. Yeah. But we had a great, good old time.
Yeah, it's a wild place, man. It's certainly somewhere I want to have a look at spending more time in the future. That's for sure.
Yeah, get to Cascais, man. You'll have a good time.
Oh, definitely. We got probably a month to spend there, and then we're going to start heading back to north of Europe towards Sweden. So yeah, I got plenty to see, man. Plenty to see. Man.
You live it. I'm very envious. Well, maybe one day when Athena is done, I can do some traveling. It'd be great.
Yeah, I think so. You got to do it while you can, man. While you're fit enough, while you're young enough.
Exactly.
I see all these people that are in their late 70s and 80s still rocking out, man, and I think good on them, just living on the road. Yeah, it's cool.
Cool, man.
And let's talk a little bit about NFA, shall we? We got some updates. We got some new branding. We got stuff coming, much coming. Yeah. Where do you want to start?
Let's see. Let's start with yesterday. So yesterday we put out a tweet showing our new logo. I think it was received pretty well. New logo, in addition to a snippet of our new website. There will be new stuff coming on that, and I think we were pretty transparent on that side of things before that we would have to have a new, better website to be able to host the Athena dashboard and to have everyone be able to connect. And that was one of the milestones that we'd have to get through. And so, we were able to post, a little bit of a snippet and then show the new branding. And that new branding was very, very important to us because, quite honestly, love the robot, but to us he's kind of like Clippy now. It was something that was very cute and great at launch, but given how we've revealed our information and what people have, taken a liking to, it's really Athena and Canis, and that more represents our brand. So we decided to have Athena as the new logo with the Canis armor, showing our relationship to our friends over in the SHIB army and with Canis. So yeah, it's been it was a good little exercise to do. But since now that we're a bit more mature, you're well beyond. We're out in month 2 now, and then month 2 is like year 2 in crypto. We thought it was high time to get some new branding right before we put out Athena.
And I tell you, she's pretty badass.
Thank you. Yeah, no, we wanted to go for a very unique look. Something that you could get tattooed on, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's what the team are doing, aren't they? Right, all of them.
Yeah, exactly. All of us. Right butt cheek. That's what's happening.
Sure. At least you've picked a good one, man.
Exactly.
And so this will be spread across the website and CMC, I'm guessing, and all the other kind of bits. I mean, that's the idea of that logo is for that.
Exactly. It'll replace everything. We'll still have our our Clippies, our unofficial logo for gifts and stuff, but for the main branding, we wanted to go get a little bit more corporate, right? So that's what we're going with.
Nice. Yeah, it definitely looks good, man. And obviously, there's been quite a bit of work gone into that, no doubt, and
Yes,
a few different ideas and things to get it right. And I think you've definitely come up with the right one.
Yeah, no, it has a lot of meaning behind it, right? And that's what we wanted to have, is just to show exactly who we are right off the bat, right?
Sure. So the logo looks wild. Next of all, you've got you talked about the new website coming. I mean, what can we expect with that?
Yeah, so the new website's this is going to be to replace our launch website. I mean, if you haven't noticed, we get a lot of questions in the community because there's information missing, on the website that doesn't really capture what we've released since launch. And that was, of course, a product of us having to hide a lot of things and be a little bit more vague on what our angle was, just so that, because there's so many competitors, especially when we're launching this, everyone wanted to do AI, so we had to be very, very careful about what we released. Now it's a bit of a better scene, and so we can have more of a robust website that you would see for more we'll call it 100 million plus market cap type of projects. And would be more, of course, attractive to larger supporters, right? So we'll have more information for us on the team, on the project, and most importantly, hosting for Athena and Canis. We wanted something a bit more scalable. So there'll be more previews and stuff coming out on the new website, which is very, very important. And that is kind of, it just shows how close we are, I'd say, right?
Yeah, not giving anything too much away there. And exactly. So there'll be the integration for Canis and the lending through there, as well as obviously the dashboard and everything. That'll all be straight through the new website.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it'll be available the exact same URL. We're not changing URLs or anything. We're not changing names. If you see any Athena coin launch, that's not us. But we wanted something a bit more polished and to more represent the team. What we did in the beginning was great, but as we move from the 10 to 20 market cap range and beyond, we get taken a bit more seriously if we have a bit more polished branding. And so that's kind of the idea behind that, and why that was very important to us, and that's why we're not just slapping on a URL to the current site and going forward with it. So new white paper, new branding, new website that will have have our dashboard coming through. And I guess the biggest thing right now is on the dashboard side of things, what we're trying to deal with is figuring out how to protect users from copy trading. The way that we built this is that Athena is supposed to take the brunt of any market volatility, right? So this is being done with tax money, and the reason that it's being done with taxed tokens is because unlike a hedge fund, for instance, an actual hedge fund requires you to deposit, and they use your deposit to take a position in the market. This is why we can't call ourselves quote unquote a hedge fund, is because we don't require you to have any deposits for us to do the trading. It's all done on the taxes that we've taken. So, and that's to avoid having risk being held by the supporters. And so, because of that, we also have to make sure that copy trading is not something that people can do. So we're working on a few different ideas. The biggest thing that we're testing out right now is just like delaying the trades. So we'll see what happens.
Sure, it's definitely important to protect the copy trading. I mean, it's a major thing. So it's interesting to see how that's going to come about, because of course everybody's going to be trying to do anything they can to get their finger in the pie, no doubt. So and it's interesting as well that and there's something I think we may have spoken about recently, or it came up in a text where different to a hedge fund is you're not using the money in the chart as such. It's already it's in a war chest, so there isn't any risk to the holders of NFAi, which I think is it's a really good peace of mind, that as well.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how we wanted to do it. Is that and how we would sleep at night is if we had the responsibility of say, well, we have over 1,600 I think holders, but 1,600 people making decisions based on what our code was saying. I don't think I'd sleep very well. But this way we are able to kind of keep it in a closed environment and allow the experiment to run that way. And there will be a delay, and of course after the delay you can make your own decision. There will be disclaimers, but we're not like certain products which are giving you signals. It's not where we are, we want to be able to protect the users the best that we can. So that's the decision we've kind of made, and there was a lot of discussion on that in the community, and I think I was pretty clear on that when I jumped into the community Telegram. Also, shout out to the guys that have created that Telegram. Pretty fun over there.
Absolutely.
Definitely join in if you haven't. But had it just kind of dropped in a couple days ago, and we were talking about all this stuff. And it's a safety thing, and it's a liability thing. We want this to be kind of squeaky clean, and there's no way that can happen if we're giving signals.
Sure. And you mentioned the new white paper. So there's got to be a lot of interesting stuff coming on there. I mean, we've got the medium, the most recent one, of course, the third option, which gives us pretty much most of the information of everything that's happening now. I mean, were you expecting anything else in the white paper, or is it more just basic, standard, the operating procedure and how things work? Like, what are we going to expect to see with that?
Yeah, so there's going to be, I think, a bit deeper dive on not just Athena, but also Canis. There might be a couple updates on things, and also just to make sure that everything's kind of in one place on where wallets are, if staff payments, things like that, vesting of wallets of any tokens. We want to make sure that all of that stuff is right at the fingertips of everyone to avoid a lot of we see a lot of repeated questions, and that tells us that we missed some things in our medium, right? So it'll be a more fulsome, I say, version of the medium that we're going to be putting out, and I think that will be a little bit better for the community and a little bit better for new people coming in to understand exactly what we're doing. Other than that, I think there will be more official language now that everyone kind of understands the relationship that we have with the SHIB Army. I think everyone's kind of been digging into me and digging into all the stuff we've released, and we put out kind of the official welcome that we received, and a lot of other products have received too. Don't forget that. It's I think people that have done their research thus far, good luck. Congratulations to you guys, and so now I think it's time for us to kind of be more open on that front, and because now it's not there's no confusion of us being some sort of LARP, right?
Yeah, there's definitely I think we've passed that point, to be honest, and it's interesting, and I about the white paper and the new website and everything, because for us, the community who have been here since day one, we know what's going on, and I still see in Discord sometimes people coming in and saying, what's this all about? And you just think, geez, man, there is so much, there's so many answers to that question, and you point him to the website, of course. It's just it really needs that extra step up, as you say, to bring it into line with everything that's happening right now, and to really bring the professionalism, the corporate image, and the new logo and everything like that. It's a big step forward from where we've been to when that comes out, particularly with the Canis and the dashboard all being part of that. It really is the next step forward, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly, and with the whole the other part of releasing a new website and releasing the new medium is we've also been in talks with a lot of partners too that we want to be able to showcase on the website. where we were OTC stuff. We're in talks with a very, very good project on the Canis side that we'll be looking to use Canis right off the bat. We're in the background having meetings with these wonderful projects. I mean, you saw that we mentioned Astral, for instance, in the last medium. Can see us interacting with certain projects on Twitter a lot, and showing that there's some sort of relationship there. And we want to be able to bring these guys to the forefront as we kind of build this community of DeFi players on Shibarium, right? And we're trying to make ourselves kind of be that first stop or second stop. Shibarium, of course, is the first stop, but second stop if you want to look at DeFi. Given that we'd be doing the liquidity side of things and providing lending, it's the infrastructure of DeFi, and so because of that, we want to be able to bring these other DeFi projects to the front, and you're going to be seeing a lot more of these guys coming in for AMAs, for instance, coming in to chat with the team. And with the community to show how they're going to be making Shibarium better on the DeFi side, and that's the type of project that we are, and we like to uplift others who have that same mindset, right?
Wow, I may have just seen a new tweet that I'm not sure if anyone who's listening has just seen that.
Oh, did they drop it? What they do?
Yep.
What they do? Yep, they put up the video of the website. Perfect. There you go. So everyone can take a look at our Twitter right now if you are on the call right now.
I'm going to share it actually.
Go ahead. Share it. I think it should be shared in the group, but
let me see here. Share screen. This is one of my skills. This is
lovely.
And multitasking is not
right,
my friend. There it is. Yeah.
Close the porn. Close the porn.
Close the porn. It's full screen, man. You can see it. Wow.
Right. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, just good walkthrough and what we're building here. So there you go.
Jeez, that's awesome. And I see the new logo in the top corner.
Yeah, there you go.
Home economics roadmap. About. Frequently asked questions. Brilliant. Wow, that's exciting stuff, man. It's got the price in the top right-hand corner.
Yeah, that's not obviously it's not current right now, but that'll be updating live.
This is a recording. Yep, sure.
Exactly. That'll be updating live once it's done. And then what's interesting, I want to point out too, is just if you can go backwards a little bit in the video.
Yeah, maybe have a look.
Just to where it shows the trading area. Okay, yeah. So for buying, what I want people to notice too is that we're having two areas. So we're gonna have that little drop down where it says Flues. That's gonna allow you to have Uniswap and Flues, so that even if you don't have a Uniswap, the ability to use Uniswap, you'll be able to buy just with fiat. And we wanted to have that right there, and just make it as easy as possible for anyone to start supporting us, right?
Yeah, that's a big thing actually, because there are so many people that want to get involved, and we've always said trying to bring people from the outside into the cryptocurrency market without having to go through. There is so many steps to learn in order to join, get your wallets, and go onto all. There's so many things to try and explain to someone. If you can just simply use fiat, it's a big thing, really. You can store that, whack it on your ledger, and put it a few feet underground for a little while. But
exactly.
I'm just going to continue to press play and go back on that. I see Athena in the background. Got the team, of course. There we go. June Hermes. Wow, that's incredible, man. That's good stuff.
A lot of work went into this, and shout out to the team for all the work that they do. We've been very quiet, and at least I've been. The team has been kind of stepping up, but we've been in the background working our asses off. Excuse me, my language, but trying to get something polished for the community, and I hope that they're seeing just how hard we work based on all the things that we're putting out at the same time. And once we're trying to get this all this infrastructure in, and then we start flying, right? Athena's coming out very soon. We've been, as you can see in the last little bit of testing, we have had pretty good results. If I could pull up even how much have we burned? Hold on. Let me pull up our ether scan here. We have burned how much? So the holders, dead wallets. We've burned almost $500,000 US worth of token.
Wow.
Right? That's which is wild to say. We burned $413,000 worth of tokens in the last month. Like, what kind of project? I don't know. What project can really say that, right? So we've done that to show that as we're testing, we're like, well, it's not fair that you guys can't see everything live. So we're going to make sure that we start putting that back in so that you get an actual effect in your wallets by us buying and burning. And as you notice, we tend to buy and burn at the very appropriate times, right? So we kind of we wait for people to kind of mess themselves up and sell, especially on red days, and that's when we do our buys and burns. And I think that's going to be something that you're going to see going forward. And I think the community, the main holders know that on red days probably not a good time to sell, because that's when they're going to do their buy and burns. But that's how we do it, and I think that's how we're going to continue doing it until we have more of an automated system set up, right?
Sure. So the buy and burns, aside from the initial when we launched, these have all been created by the market, the profit essentially from Athena. Is that right?
Exactly. That's correct.
Wow. Okay. Incredible. Okay, man, that's the website's really exciting. It's nice to see, and by the looks of it, given that it's actually there and it's running, it is very, very close to going live. I can only guess. Wow.
Yeah, there's just a couple more elements that we have. We've been working with a couple artists to get some stuff done, but there's just a couple more elements, and then some content that has to be populated, and we should be good to go on that side of things. And yeah, it's when I say imminent, that's exactly what I mean. It's imminent, and I hope everyone is excited and I try not to be too excited, but I am excited, not gonna lie, after going through this process, that we have something that's worthwhile. And it's cool to be on this journey with everyone. And so I thank the whole community for their support too.
Absolutely. It's good to be part of the project, and everybody feels the exact same way. I mean, to make a community Telegram, for one, which is super active all of the time, as well as the Discord being active, it just shows the community support. And to have you need community, and to have that just shows the strength of the project. And and I always believe that when you're quiet, or when things are quiet, things really are moving forward. And given that on green days we're moving up, and then on the red days Athena's buying up, there just isn't really a time to sell. Not financial advice, of course. But,
not financial advice, but we try to make it very, very difficult for everyone. As people know, personally, I have a background in economics and finance, and the economic side comes out where you are able to produce supply squeezes, as we have with how we structured this. Be able to shield the community based on how we structured based on tax. And then, of course, when it comes to the buy and burns, there's of course mechanics in there that try to create a positive effect on the chart at all times. And so honestly, it's an economic game for us, and it's fun. And we're just kind of showing exactly the power of that science, right?
Yeah, and it definitely shows, that's for sure. So it's really exciting, actually. And as I said, with the updates coming and the website and everything, and I think the fact that it's just been posted is proof of proof of work and proof of what's about to come. And it's really exciting to see, man. And happy to be here with you whilst that's happening. So we've talked about the new branding, of course, which you've all seen on the new website. The new website, which is coming, updated white paper as well, and some partnerships that you've been working on, which is super exciting, because there are a lot of Shibarian projects as well, and other things that will benefit, of course, not only NFAi, but also the community as well, which is obviously the reason. And I know you take it very seriously when you are looking into other projects. There are a lot of things people need that that checks and certain criteria that they need to have met, before you can even consider them. And I think it's a really good thing, because at least people that are getting involved with yourselves, they've been through a fine tooth comb check, and they haven't got there for no reason, really.
And yeah, man, that's something that honestly I learned when I was working with the SHIB team back in the day on the currency side of things with the SHIB swap. Like, being able to work at that time, it was with the defense breed, then the currency breed. You'd be able to. You have to kind of vet any product that's coming through to make sure that not only do they have good code and a good idea, but also do they have good principles, right? And once those things kind of align, then we're able to bring someone forward, and I'm taking that same mindset to what we're doing here.
Absolutely. And of course, you've got Shibarium to consider when you're doing this.
Exactly, and that it's. I'm very excited for what they're building out there, and it's I love those guys, love what the adherence they've had to the principles of DeFi, and happy to be guest on the outside now, but helping in any way that I'm able to.
Yeah, it's interesting you mentioned that people have managed to dig your details up from the original SHIB
Oh
team.
yeah, I'm seeing it's so weird, man. I'm seeing things like people are posting like messages of me, and then there's Ryoshi tagged also, and people are asking Ryoshi me questions and stuff. I'm like, I was just an admin, guys. Like, I wasn't some crazy member, but like there's a lot of admins. Like, SHIB was a community, right? Yeah, I'm seeing all these weird stuff coming from the past. I'm like, thank God I wasn't a dick back in the day. But
it's no time to start now, man.
Right, exactly, right, exactly. There's always time to change.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, man. I was reading in the community Telegram, actually. I think it was Jay who said that if he wants anyone to investigate anything, he's just going to put it into that chat, because the guys, but the NFAi community are very, very good at finding stuff.
Oh my God, that's so good. Like you know how fast we put out like a little puzzle, little riddle, and they solve it immediately. I'm like, I need to make these harder, but well, we'll make it harder once we start going into Athena beta. I think we'll start messing with the community a bit more. But for alpha, we want to make it really easy and fun. Beta, we'll do it just for the OGs, and just make it really, really, really difficult, right?
Sure. And do you want to touch on any of the Athena side of things?
Yeah, I mean, maybe we should go with the questions and then see what I can answer, and keep it at that.
Absolutely. Let's do that. So I've got I've had a few questions through, as I've chosen 5 of them. One of the questions is in relation to the progress to Athena. So I would love to know more about the progress to bring Athena more visible about what she's doing on a daily basis, profit and loss, amounts of trades, and platform. Now, we know there's a dashboard, etc. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. I would tell whoever has asked that question to probably look into our past tweets on the dashboard video that we posted. And if they can't find it, give us a DM on Twitter, and we'll be able to grab it for them, or maybe even like retweet or repost it. And so basically, what it is that we're trying to that's the whole answer to that question, is to have it completely transparent. We need to have a dashboard. Just because how DYDX works, you put it into the contract, everything kind of happens on the L2, and then you withdraw, right? And it's a lot of, that's kind of messy. And that was something that we didn't realize at launch, and that's why we pushed back, like, hey, well, we got to get this dashboard going, and all of these things kind of fell into place based on the fact that we needed to have this full transparency. So the dashboard will be the way to do that. Dashboard will have the amount of trades, we'll have P&L, all of the things that you need to assess the profitability of what is going on, and to make a decision of whether you want to hold or not, right? Or buy or not. And excuse me, but to access that portion of the website, at this point, it's going to take owning NFAi. I think we're going to set the threshold like really low. Like you just have to have like 1 or something. I don't like having a what do you call it? A massive tier. like whales only can see the dashboard. Like I don't like that. So, we'll probably make it, a threshold that's very, very, very low. And, maybe probably as the token price increases, we'll have to go back and reevaluate. But I think, if we say a couple and just holding a couple tokens allows you to get through to that side, or just connecting your wallet even, I don't know how the CTO wants to do that side of things. So I'll have to talk to him. But the biggest thing is that you're not going to be able to copy trade. And that's a question we kept getting over and over and over again. And that is, if we start doing that, if you are one of the robots who are from the US, this is not going to be a token you can hold, right? If we're doing copy trading, not many people know that. So we want to make sure that it's very difficult for anyone to do that, so that we don't leave any robots behind.
Sure, and you don't want to take away all of Athena's glory either, to be fair.
Exactly. Exactly.
And if that person who did put that question in wants to know anything, you just simply put it in Discord and you'll have about 10 answers in a matter of seconds, without a doubt, because the guys in there are amazing. One other question, and I'm sure you've come across this as well, is can you tell how often rewards will be distributed? Is it a weekly, monthly, daily thing? I think we've had this before. I don't know.
Yeah, so that's something that we're going to be we're going to put in the white paper. We're still running a couple scenarios on that. I'm in the camp of there should be a certain profit threshold, and then there's a kind of like a shaving of profit, and then you put it in. But given how the blockchain works, we're not sure if that's going to be something that's going to be able to be automated. So we'll have to look into to either just doing a monthly or weekly. I'm thinking probably weekly pull on that. But again, it depends on performance during live. It depends on the limitations of the technology that we have in front of us. But right now, that's something that's going to have to be dealt with kind of like in between beta and gamma, because we're not going to have the staking platform out at all until after gamma. And again, things that add to that, you're going to see kind of like how my desk is set up, but like it's going to be that's going to be also based on conversations with CertiK, right, at that time, right? Will CertiK allow us to have profit-based or time-based kind of triggers, right? Which one will be safer? Which one will be less able to be attacked in any way? And so there's a lot of considerations that I think a lot of people don't think about on the safety side too. But we've been having a lot of discussions internally and with the community on how this can be done in a way that is the best for everyone.
Yeah, it's an interesting point you make about the CertiK side of things, because it's always been at the forefront to ensure this is done, as safely as can be. Obviously, we've had the CertiK for the contract, and before any of this gets released, and anyone's going to want to, attach a wallet and take any profit share, we need to make sure that it's working properly, and
Exactly.
to get the CertiK approval, which is a big thing. It's a really big thing, actually, and it is not something that people think about. It's something I certainly haven't thought about. At what point, is it daily, monthly, weekly? But no, it could be essentially once it hits a profit amount, which makes sense again, of course, as well. But as you say, for now, Athena will be buyback and burn, which is a big thing, because until the beta and the gamma version are out and staking is out, by buying back and burning, of course, we are essentially decreasing supply as well. And then once it gets to a point where staking is available, then everything else would have already been in place, and the CertiK will be ready to go. And of course, then beta and gamma, I always say it differently, will be starting to work as well. And so that's all to come very, very soon. But of course, Athena Alpha is the main focus right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, so much to consider. Okay, a few questions about. This could be a really open question, to be honest, but there's been a few questions about leveraging, how Athena decides on what amounts to trade, what leverages. Can you share anything on this? Is it?
Yeah, that's something we can share. What we've done is we've determined kind of optimal leverage ranges from our back test. And how the code kind of works is we can run back tests on different leverages, and there's kind of like if you do, let's say you can have low safe leverage, right, and not have to worry about liquidation risk, but you miss out on profits, and then you can go the other extreme where you're running the exact same strategy, but because of drawdowns, you're on volatility, you can get liquidated very, very quickly. So we run a process where we kind of go min leverage, max leverage, and then kind of find out in the middle what to do. But choosing leverage on the fly, I think, is something that we can't, put in exactly on alpha, possibly on gamma. But what we've done is we've taken a kind of like a moderate approach to leverage, so that it's not, we're planning to set and forget this, right? So can't be running this at 20x with a liquidation risk if the price moves 0.1%, right? So we want to make sure that there's a longevity here. So we've kind of calculated over and over again what would be the optimal leverage, and that's how we're going to run it until further notice.
Got you. Thank you for answering that, and ever so well, of course. Now, with the 35 plus digital currencies that Athena will be trading, an interesting question actually. Will these always be the same 35 tokens? Are they going to be changed? And
so that's dependent. That's dependent on what DYDX has, and then of course as we move into other perpetual trading platforms, which is something I think people forget that we're going to be doing that once we get to a certain size, is that we want to be on every single DeFi perpetual platform that exists, right? Eventually, and so that range of tokens will change, and will be dependent on the exchanges that we're working in, and dependent on what the exchanges have available. And right now, there are certain metrics that determine which ones we stay in and which one we stay out of. And I won't reveal exactly how we filter that, but it's something that will definitely expand. I'd say, say for instance, and I don't want people to start going crazy, but say we start moving to, we're going to go on GMX and deploy an Athena version on GMX, or all three Athenas on GMX. There's a wider range of tokens there, and a different range of tokens with different metrics that would increase the amount of exposure that we have, right? So it's something that is dependent on the exchange itself. But yeah, I think people have forgotten that our plan isn't we're not a one exchange plan. We're trying to go to every single exchange that exists in DeFi.
Wow. And just an idea of how many of those there are?
Right now, there's the big three. I'd say GMX. There's a perpetual platform like perpetuals, and DYDX, and then of course we have our partners at Wi-Fi. As they kind of build out theirs, we might be able to use them. There's also a partner that we're working with that's building on Shibarium. So we're kind of going to go for the big boys first, and then because there's more liquidity, more room for us to grow and play in, and then go kind of to the smaller guys after that.
Yeah, that's pretty big news actually, because you are right. I mean, everyone probably just assumes, which is a terrible thing to do, of course, but that there is only one exchange. But if you're running one or three bots on all Athenas on all these different exchanges, I mean, I can only imagine
it compounds things. Exactly, it compounds things. So and of course there's also the one thing we have to be aware of is hopefully we become very, very big, right? And we don't want to be flooding one single market, right? Which could have very bad ramifications. So you have to be able to spread the bots across multiple exchanges, and that's the long-term plan.
Yeah, it's a very good plan at that actually, and I think that, as I said, that alone is quite big information from my perspective. I'm sure from everyone else that's listening as well. One other thing, which we kind of covered a little bit, can you explain a little how the dashboard will work? Will we see all three Athenas, and once they're all working, can we see all the different trades? Do you know the answer to that yet?
Yeah, so we've talked about this. Looks like it's at this point. I'd say think of it as there'd be some sort of drop down menu just to cycle between the three.
Mhm.
But might have to have Hermes in chat and give him a shout and have him explain what his vision is on that. But yeah, the dashboard will be for all three, but combining all three is a little bit difficult. So I think there'd be kind of a drop down that'll happen.
Yeah, I can't imagine the work that goes into bringing that to a dashboard, particularly when you're trying to ensure there is no copy trading as well. I can see why so much goes into that. Okay, well, that covers our questions from the community. I mean, there's a few shot at me, but to be fair, I can't be going through all of them. And I did get everyone an opportunity to get the questions to me prior to. So if there's any other questions that we're not going to get to, please throw them in Discord. If you've DM'd me, or DM me or Bumble or whatever, get us over to them. We will get them answered. But we're just trying to keep this short today and focus on the questions that we got in initially. So I just want to summarize everything because I mean this AMA is it's the second one in Telegram. It's a pretty exciting thing, and we've chosen this because there's a big community here, and it's nice to actually bring this Telegram to life. Everyone is in our Discord and community TG, and I thought we thought it would be a really good thing to do it in here. So
yeah, you need to show some love to Telegram, right?
Exactly. So just to quickly summarize, and then I'll get some final words from you if we can before we go. So the website has just been leaked on Twitter. If you want to go and have a look at it, we shared it in our screen share here. It looks absolutely amazing. And with the new website, of course, we'll have access to the dashboard when, of course, that's and Canis, which is one of the reasons, of course, that that the new dashboard, the new website is being released, as well as bringing the new logo, the corporate image, the new update on the white paper, and so much more is imminent. That's like the start of the next step, and it's a big one. It really is a super big one. There's been tons of work going on in the background, particularly with meetings with partnerships, and of course getting the with the algorithm team and things like that to finalize that part. Athena is done $400 something thousand. We just said nearly $500,000 in buyback and burns, and will continue to do so. So you just don't know when that's going to happen. And of course, this is going to become a lot more regular and will be rolled out over the other decentralized exchanges as well as just DYDX. I would suggest that DYDX was chosen, as we've discussed, because it's one of the best ones on there, and to roll it out through more of them just essentially gives us a much broader range of trading and compounds it, of course, as well, which all feeds back into the community, which is super exciting. So I think that pretty much covers everything we've discussed. Bumba, is there anything else you'd like to say before we tie it up?
No, that's all. If you have any further questions, the team's available, and they'll be in the Discord to answer any of your questions. Amazing,
man. Bumba, as always, you're awesome. The community, you're also incredible. I take my hat off for all the effort that goes in for the community AMA as well. The TG that's run by the community. There is so much, and the support is absolutely incredible. Guys, new website's about to come out. Don't miss it. We're so close to that. It's phenomenal, and I look forward to seeing that and everything else that's coming. So Bumba, thank you so much. Everyone in TG, thank you so much for listening, and we seriously look forward to the next steps. I'm sure everybody else does as well.
Of course. Yeah, thanks for having me.